are watching Poland Daily Business Edition. Tonight our guest is Jerzy Bielewicz, financial analyst, author of Gazeta Bankowa. Sir, welcome to the show.
Thank you for your invitation.
And you are writing a lot about the United States-China discussion about economy. Is it a war already or still negotiations?
Until now, I would say it were negotiations, but at this point, past 10 days, it's very dynamic process. First, there was a statement by Donald Trump, an increase of tariffs from 10 to 25%, which is substantial. That's meaningful.
This is meant to hurt.
And Chinese response and tariffs worth $60 billion.
Targeted to the agricultural products and the areas where Donald Trump has highest election scores.
With exception of automotive sector, but the main beneficiary of this exception is Daimler-Benz. The company produces cars in the United States and exports them to China from the United States. From this Chinese exception of automotive sector is
it says
a
a
very
lot
political
about
move, and Americans reacted immediately. Yesterday there was a statement that potential tariffs against EU and Japan would be postponed in automotive sector. So there is a power game, and both sides, China and the United States, look for allies. And today's move, Huawei, would be banned
from the American telecommunication market.
Finally, the United States would put in force tariffs at the end of June for $300 billion worth of products, Chinese products.
So what will be the effect? Let's assume that the tariffs will be there and the United States will increase the cost to importers of buying goods in China. So who will benefit in this case in terms of export to the United States of America?
First of all, the financial markets, they react the fastest. So, for example, Apple, the American giant technology firm, its shares went down by 13% in just 6 days of trading. So it's more than 2% a day. It's a huge slide.
Because they are manufacturing their iPhones and all those gadgets in China.
Plus, they sell 20% of their production in China.
That's true.
So on both sides, on the cost sides, they could be hurt, and on the sales side as well. So that the dynamics is unbelievable, just unbelievable. But the both sides still can sit and negotiate and come up with the deal, which would be very beneficial for all of us. What's the key in those negotiations? It seems that energy sector is on the agenda right now. I would direct your attention to conflict in Iran and.
Well, first of all, we have a conflict in Middle East. We have Iran that's barred from selling their products in the world. We are seeing the China, whether they are receiving oil imports from Iran or not. But if you look at the world market, you see that the oil price is unaffected. Well, let's imagine 10 years ago such a conflict, we would have for oil at $200 per barrel. It's 71.
That's not the only conflicts. Energy, it's energy power game right now. It's not only Iran, it's Libya, it's Venezuela, There are some sabotage, acts of sabotage in Saudi Arabia. In our region, we don't get crude oil from Russia.
Yeah,
because
that's something that we haven't speak about. The crude oil supplied from Russia through the pipeline called Druzhba, that's in Russian friendship, is dirty. It's unusable. The cost of processing is very high, and Poland 2 weeks ago stopped importing, or even 3 weeks ago, stopped importing this dirty oil from Russia. And obviously the Russians are looking for who is guilty, and decided for now, because that dirty oil is sitting in the pipeline. They don't know what to do with it. So instead of sending it via this Druzhba pipeline, it is being sent by the ships to Gdańsk, where there is an oil terminal for Polish petrochemical industry.
You ask who would benefit. I would first start from who may lose on it. Obviously, the production chain, global production chain would change. Would shift. The crude oil is a good example. LNG is another good example. But technology, the Huawei, which was banned from the US market. So it all has to change and adjust to the situation, right. Because corporations...
Are you in those camp that says in the future there will be two blocks, one with China in the center, another with America in the center, and right now we are in the border, and there is a fight for us to put us into one or another camp?
And in my opinion, we should go between China, India, Indonesia, and the United States because of our geopolitical location. If, for example, China likes to transport its goods to European Union through Belt and Road Initiative, they need stabilization in Central Asia, Ukraine, Belarus, and at the same time, the United States, who is the bad guy in this region? Russia. Yeah. So Chinese interest connects with American interest, and I think it's a very, very good situation for us. And
bargaining situation. So for Polish politics, ladies and gentlemen, it's also a problem. Are we at the ball on the tennis table, or are we a player? And maybe we'll be one of the pads that are pushing those balls. We'll see. Jerzy Bielewicz will definitely be with us again, and we will talk about these issues more, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
And that was it for Poland Daily Business.